The fluorescent lights of Save Mart buzzed overhead as Marcus Chen reached for a loaf of artisan bread, his Italian leather shoes clicking against the worn linoleum. He'd stopped by the discount grocery store on his way home from closing a multi-million-dollar deal, too exhausted to drive to his usual upscale market. "Excuse me, sir?" Marcus turned to find a small boy, no older than 7, with uncombed dark hair and clothes that had seen better days. The child's eyes were fixed on the bread in Marcus's hand. "Can I help you?" Marcus asked, his CEO voice softer than usual. The boy swallowed hard, his small fingers clutching a dollar bill and some coins. "That bread? Is it the expired one? The one they put in the discount bin?" Marcus glanced at the label. "Day old, marked down to clearance." "Yes, it is. Mommy hasn't eaten," the boy whispered, his voice cracking. "Can you share the expired bread? I only have $2, but the bread is $2.50 and—" Something in Marcus's chest tightened. "Where's your mother now?" "At home. She sent me because she can't walk far anymore. She's sick." The boy's eyes glistened. "She gave me her last money for bread, but I didn't know it would be more expensive." Marcus looked down at the loaf in his hand, then at the small boy whose pride was clearly battling with his desperation. Without a word, he placed the bread in the child's arms. "Take it." "But I can't pay." "Consider it shared." Marcus knelt down to the boy's level. "What's your name?" Danny." "Danny, where do you live?" The boy hesitated, then rattled off an address Marcus recognized. The old apartment complex on Riverside, known for its low-income housing, 20 minutes from his own penthouse. "How long has your mother been sick?" 3 weeks. She lost her job at the diner because she kept getting dizzy. Now Danny's voice dropped to barely a whisper. "We're gonna lose our apartment next week." Marcus made a decision that would have shocked his board of directors. "Danny, I'm going to follow you home. I'd like to meet your mother." Fear flashed in the boy's eyes. "Are you from social services? Please don't take me away from Mommy. She's sick, but she's still the best mommy and—" No, Marcus said quickly, placing a gentle hand on the boy's shoulder. "Nothing like that. I just want to help." The boy studied him with old, beyond his years eyes, then nodded slowly. The apartment was worse than Marcus had imagined. 3rd floor, no elevator, with peeling wallpaper and a pervasive smell of mildew. Danny unlocked a door with a key he wore on a string around his neck. "Mommy, I got bread and I brought a friend." The woman on the couch tried to sit up and failed. She was young, perhaps 30, with the same dark hair as her son and a face that might have been beautiful if not hollowed by illness and hunger. Her eyes widened with alarm when she saw Marcus. "Danny, who—" "I'm Marcus Chen," he said quickly, stepping forward. "Your son tried to buy bread at the store. I helped him." She struggled to rise, embarrassment and fear warring on her face. "I can pay you back. I just need a few days to—" "Mrs. Martinez, Sarah Martinez." She dissolved into a coughing fit that left her gasping. Marcus exchanged a glance with Danny, who was already fetching water with the practiced ease of a child who'd done it many times before. "Ms. Martinez, when's the last time you saw a doctor?" "I can't afford—" She stopped, seeming to realize the futility of pride when you're sitting in a nearly empty apartment with no food. 6 months ago, before I lost my insurance." Marcus pulled out his phone. "I'm calling my physician. He makes house calls." "I can't accept—" "You can, and you will." Marcus's tone brooked no argument, the same one he used in boardrooms. "For Danny's sake, if not your own." Sarah's eyes filled with tears as she looked at her son, who was carefully tearing off a piece of bread for her. "We're not charity cases." "No," Marcus agreed, watching Danny's thin fingers work. "You're not, but everyone needs help sometimes, even me." Over the next hour, Marcus learned their story. Sarah's husband had died 2 years ago in a construction accident, leaving her with minimal life insurance. She'd worked 3 jobs to keep them afloat until her health collapsed. Danny had been keeping them going, old before his time, shopping with coupons and cooking simple meals. Dr. Singh arrived within the hour, a favor Marcus would owe him for life. His diagnosis was swift: severe malnutrition, anemia, and an untreated infection that had nearly become septic. "She needs hospitalization," Dr. Singh murmured to Marcus. "Tonight." While Sarah was admitted to Mercy General, Marcus's own hospital foundation, where his name ensured immediate care, Danny sat in Marcus's car, clutching the remaining bread. "Is Mommy going to die?" Marcus remembered asking that same question 30 years ago, when his own single mother had collapsed from exhaustion. A stranger, a woman whose name he never learned, had helped them that day, had paid for the ambulance, the hospital bill, had even brought groceries. "No," Marcus said firmly. "Your mother is going to be fine. And Danny, you're both going to be more than fine." 3 months later, Sarah Martinez walked into the administrative offices of Chen Industries, healthy and nervous in her new business casual attire. Marcus had offered her a position in HR, not charity, but a real job with real responsibilities once she'd recovered. Danny was enrolled in the private school Marcus's own daughter attended, on a full scholarship Marcus had quietly funded. "Thank you," Sarah said simply, standing in Marcus's office, "for everything." Marcus looked out the window at the city he'd conquered through ambition and ruthlessness. But nothing had felt as right as helping one small boy and his mother. "Thank your son," he said. "He reminded me why I started climbing this ladder in the first place. To make sure families like yours, like mine once was, don't have to beg for expired bread." On his desk sat a framed photo. A 7-year-old boy with uncombed hair, clutching a loaf of day-old bread and smiling wider than should be possible, with a note in childish handwriting. "Thank you for sharing. Love, Danny." It was worth more than every deal he'd ever closed.